Here, real estate advisor, investor, and enthusiast, welcome. I wanted to briefly go over this little analysis that I've just am about to do. There is a fellow investor who's interested in flipping that sent me some materials on a house that he's already put an offer in for, and he's basically asking me to review this to give him some advice on this. And there's actually an additional question that came in an email from him where he is asking me very specifically what kind of information I can give him for VA loans for flipping. And this is the first time I'm seeing this information here. So I'm going to go through what I've been giving and kind of give an overview on how I would analyze this and whether or not this is a good deal for flipping or not, and kind of also go through the pictures because it looks like he left me on his Google Drive a whole bunch of pictures, and I love looking at pictures. Looks like some estimation of repairs down here, a statement of work from a contractor, I presume. But let's go through all of these one by one and let's talk a little bit because this is very interesting to me. Let's see what this first picture gives us. This looks like the front of the house. Of course, the PIN number, the location. It looks like the assessed value. I'm not really sure about these numbers. I would definitely look into these numbers and see if this is in the thousands or what these numbers mean, because I'm thinking most definitely in this location in Illinois. I don't know if this is a suburban area or where this house would probably be worth a little bit more than those amounts, but not sure what this means. It probably means in the thousands, so that means instead of this saying $3,845 for the worth of the land, it's actually more like I don't know. Actually, I don't know what these numbers mean. I'll definitely check on this. But it looks like the value has been going up, except for the land. The value on the property's been going up. Also, this picture is kind of old, 2007. I know he added some more pictures, so we're going to go through all of them. This looks like a ranch-style house built in the 70s. One thing with the properties in the 70s, they're good for remodeling because a lot of times they have some architectural features that are now in style again. This 70s retro look of wooden paneled walls and sometimes ceilings, lots of wood. So I'm curious to see what the repair estimate came through, but this looks very nice. I'm not really sure how much all it needs to be remodeled here. Okay, so here's the values, the actual values for everything. Estimated market value in 2014 to 276K about, and the year before 302K, so it went down about $30,000 in 1 year, which is odd, which makes me wonder if the area is going down, whether there has been a lot of foreclosures in the area, or if there's some other issue why the property value went down by almost 10% in 1 year, according to the tax assessors. Definitely something to check with the tax assessor's office. No, it doesn't say what year this house was built. But I can tell from the picture probably in the 70s. I would think probably like the 70s. Maybe even late 60s, but more like early 70s. See, single family. There's 2 full bathrooms, 1 half bathroom, which is usually a sink with a toilet. Rec room, partial and unfinished attic. Could be potential for more square footage if it was finished. Central air, yes. Number 5 places 2-car garage. Okay, here's the age, 56 years old. So that would put us right. Let's see, I'm going to do some quick calculation because I really like to know what year and whether or not I was accurate. And that puts us right at 1959 actually, which is a lot older than I thought it was. About 10 years older than I thought it was. Okay. 2,469 square footage, that's great. Again, I would really recommend to this investor to not go with houses that have a square footage over 2,000 square feet to start with on their very first project, just because a lot of square footage in 2 stories means a lot of extra repair costs and flipping costs. And you want to, as an investor, as any kind of investor, what I recommend, my strategy always is to start small, to start very small, get a smaller house, a single-story house, one car garage or no car garage, maybe 1 bathroom and 2 bedroom, that kind of deal. And then see what you can do with that before you go to these huge projects. This is going to be a big project. So let's look at the second page here and see if this flips forward. Okay. All right. So let's see. I love the way they have arranged their proposal here. Looks like laid out for an investor. You know, I quite honestly, I really like this kind of house. I like this architectural style. I like the flat roof. It looks very classy. 60s, early 70s, in this case 1959. So it's 60s classic. It's definitely very good architectural style. The one thing to remember with flat roofs, it's difficult. Well, let me say this. When the roof is slanted like this part of the roof, then the water will flow off and flow down easier. When you have a flat roof like that, sometimes depending on the quality of the roof up there and if the gutters are right and if they're functioning properly, they're not clogged by stuff that fell from this tree right here, you may have water pooling on the roof, which may give you some roof issues, which may in turn add additional repairs and cause problems in the future. And I'm not sure what this stain right here is in front of the garage, whether that's some water or some staining or what that is. But the other thing, of course, of a flat roof, it's much easier to repair. You know, slanted roofs cost more in repair costs and flat roofs cost less. So there's advantages and disadvantages. I do really like this type of style. I wouldn't change the architectural layout at all. This looks like the back right here. Yeah, this is not as beautiful as the front, but it's pretty. Looks like the grass is well maintained. That's always a plus. Let's see, what's it say? This gem is located in western suburbs of Chicago. Tri-level ranch house in 30 minutes from Chicago's downtown. Great location. Of course, I don't know the neighborhood, so hoping this is a good neighborhood. Because 30 minutes from downtown could be really bad, could be really good, and any city is the same. That's for those individual investors to understand, to check out the neighborhoods for sure. 58, quiet community. Let's see. 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. Like I said, that's a very big endeavor here. The good thing that I see on this house, though, it looks like it's got a brick facade, and maybe it's even totally brick. A brick building. I don't know if this is just a brick facade or not. That's usually good. That adds to the value of the house. It definitely does not take away from the value of the house, and also is easier to maintain because a brick facade can be pressure washed easily, while as if you have stucco, that might fall off if you pressure wash it. Let's see. Alright, so there's the finished basement, so there's actually 3 floors. That's great. The main floor needs some minor updating. The kitchen will need to be updated, walls removed to open the home's floor plan. I always kind of laugh about the fact that whoever wrote this, they write down that, yeah, the kitchen needs to be updated and walls removed to open the home's floor plan. Aside the point that Holmes is misspelled here, but should be apostrophe S. It's one of those nitpicky things that I have with spelling. But the point is, when you start changing the internal structure of a building, the inside, and start removing walls to open things up, that's actually really good in case you're wanting to flip, because they obviously want to appeal to a modern type of clientele, and most people like to have open floor plans these days, and not closed ones where you have like you enclosed rooms with lots of walls. They want to have it open, like when you walk into the front door in the living room, and in the kitchen it needs to be all connected and like flow. And so this is good. However, it is cosmetic. It's not a repair that's necessary for the house to be livable. And so you carefully have to value whether you're going to be removing walls and whether that's going to be a big return on your investment. You know, it's always interesting for me to see these shows of remodeling, and how architects always recommend to remove this wall and raise this ceiling and change this and change that. Yeah, that's great. But who are you doing this for? You're trying to appeal to somebody that you're going to sell it to. Are they going to want to spend the price for this extra cost? Is it going to be worth it, the additional cost that you're spending? And can you add that to the sales price and sell the home faster? So carefully evaluate which architectural, non-essential for the home functioning features you're gonna engage in when you get your repair estimate. Then it says, the basement is finished with the laundry room, access to the attached 2-car garage, and exit to the backyard. See that? All the HVAC is in pretty good condition, but will need service to be done. Pretty good is kind of scary for me. What's pretty good mean? Service should have been done once a year, so it's either in good condition or it's not. Pretty good? Don't know what that means. Definitely check on the age of the air conditioning and the heating system. Usually that is on some serial numbers on the compressors and the equipment, the furnace that's usually inside the house, and if there's an air conditioning, the outside unit, and check to see how old they are, what's the life expectancy, and do for sure send out an HVAC technician who can tell you what needs to be done on that, because pretty good is pretty scary to me. Next sentence, the electrical will need minor updating as well as some reconfiguration where the panel is located to bring it up to code. Okay, so now we're talking electrical. Electrical is something that's going to cost them a lot of money. Besides, if you're going to start moving walls and stuff like that, that's expensive too. But electrical work has to be done by a licensed electrician or contractor. And I've gotten quotes in the several $1,000s to redo electricity in a home, especially if it's an old home and they have to redo the actual wiring. And the problem is not always the wiring itself, but actually access to the wiring and having to remove drywalls to get to the wiring. And if you're talking about having to update and reconfigure the panel, that right there screams to me to have an electrical contractor come out and give you an estimate with their support staff before engaging in buying this house. Now, next thing they talk about is the garage door needs to be replaced as well to pass inspection. I'm trying to figure out what inspection they're talking about. I'm not really sure what inspection they mean. So, thinking maybe this was for a special VA or HUD loan where an inspector would come out. I'm trying to think if there's anything on this garage door that I see that's odd. It's kind of dark, so I don't see it. Anyways, garage door is it is the heaviest moving object in your house, and you're gonna have to get somebody to fix it for you gladly. Garage doors aren't that expensive to fix or replace, and you do want an expert to do this, because once the spring, and this has happened to me before, once the springs are messed with, the springs that hold the garage down or that pull the garage up or down, once one of those gets dislodged, it can lead to serious injury if you get it away once that thing moves where it's not supposed to go. So definitely get a garage door contractor to give you an estimate on that. The home has 3 working fireplaces and a beautiful sunroom that also needs minor updating. I want to say up here it said 2 fireplaces, 2 stories, single family, partial rec room. Number of fireplaces 2, and down here it says 3. So which one is it? Note to self: count fireplaces. The home is sitting on a large 7,000, and by the way, to get back to that, each fireplace needs to be serviced. There's additional cost to that, and let me tell you a story about that. I bought a home one time and the fireplace looked nice and there was nothing wrong with it. It climbed up in the attic, the whole entire flute has been removed. So if anybody ever would have turned on a fire, an actual fire, and this is a real fireplace in that house, all the soot and smoke and dust would have went into the house and probably would have burned the house down. So it's a good thing I sent somebody up there, because I wasn't going to go up there and look, but in the attic there was no flute, so go figure. And each fireplace needs to be serviced ideally once a year. Let's keep reading. This home is sitting on the large 7,609 square foot lot, asking price $225,000. Our budget for the rehab is $55,000, with the rehab taking no more than 2 months. Our exit strategy is to sell the home. And really, those are some huge numbers again. Our exit strategy is to sell the home before the rehab is done. Our marketing plan is to market to the local neighborhood, as well as have an open house right before the rehab is complete. We're also planning to have the post office drop flyers off to homes around the property in order to alert people in the area. We'll reach out to our buyers list as well with marketing information. Based on our research, this type of home should sell conservatively for around $369,000. The median income for a family was $70,000, and there were 7,123 housing units at the average density of 2,229 per square mile. And the district's made of following schools. You gotta check those schools. I don't know if they're good schools or not. So, just from looking from far away, 55,000 plus 225,000. It's $280,000, and want to sell it to $369,000. That is a spread of approximately $89,000 for 2 people, not including the taxes. So just a ballpark. It could work, but I'm thinking that this number right here is a little high. But we'll see what you actually want to do with this money. So let's see. These schools, obviously, I don't know, will have to be checked. Our exit strategy is to sell to a retail buyer, and my question is, for how much? Let's see. Comparables. The comparables were picked based on proximity within half a mile of the property, comparable square footage with 20% of finished product size, comparable number of bedrooms and bathrooms, and lastly the style of the house. Proximity, square footage. So most homes and property market area, single family A-frame homes. We looked at the sold, pending retail, and active listings to determine the price per square foot price point. Price per square foot, 150, 58th Street address. Okay, so let's see. Kind of all the same. 61, 82, 2007. You got a really high one and 2 really low ones. So sold, this one sold 357 square footage, a lot smaller. This one sold for 324 square footage, about the same, a little bit smaller. And square footage Oh, sold price. Okay, square footage. Okay. All right. So just by looking at these prices, and I'm gonna be really. This is what I would look for. I can see. I'm trying to think. I can see that these houses are comparable. You picked good comparisons. However, what I do not see is sold date. Where's the sold date? Okay, sold date is recent. That's good. What I do not see is in what state of repair these three comparables were. Were these remodeled homes, or were they homes that have not been remodeled? Because it looks like they were built in 1961, 1982, and 2007, which is three completely different time frames. So I'm assuming this one's fairly new, and it sold for $338. So I think this is right here. This is your best comparison. And so list price $344. They actually had to go down in price by, looks like, $6,000 almost dollars, $5,000. And this one right here sold for what the asking price was, and this one right here sold for also almost $20,000 less than the listing price right here. So what I can see here is, first off, on your price of $369 up here, your proposal, where is it? $369K right here. I would suggest that you take about at least $20,000 off of that and go down to about this number for the sold price, just by looking at these comparisons. This is a fair number right here. Probably you'll be able to expect that, because first off, this is your best comparison, because this might actually, you might actually get less, because it looks like this one has even more bathrooms. But definitely you might get a little bit more than this, but you will not get $369. You have to take some money off of that to sell that. Let's look at pending retail price. I don't know. These aren't good comparisons, I don't think, because it looks like these prices are huge. I have no idea how these prices compare to these prices, because you're about half higher than these, so I don't know what that means. 4 bedroom, 1.5 bath, 2.5 bath, 1 bath, 3 square footage, lot footage. These not very good comparisons. I don't know if this is clickable. No, it's not. I don't think so. Or maybe it is. No, it's not. Okay. All right, let's go back. Back, please. Whoops. And now we're not back anymore. So let's see if I can just go back. Okay, I guess I cannot just go back. Let's go to, where's my email on this thing? Nope, that's not it. Alright, let's try this again. We were right. I don't know where we were, but let's just click it. I'm excited to see the pictures actually. So this, forward. Oh, this is 9 pages. Okay. Alright, let's go. Okay, so this is where we were. I'm not sure about these prices. These prices are twice as much as these prices, so I don't know what's going on and what this means. But as you can see, for these prices right here, they had days on the market. It looks like it's over 3 months. This one much longer than 3 months, and this one 11 days. So I don't know where these prices came from. We'll probably need to investigate that, because price per square footage is just outrageous. So active retail, days on the market. Okay, looks like These are even more expensive. So I'm not sure if you're taking the average of this stuff that's already sold with the pending and active and kind of get somewhere in the middle. But I definitely would go, in order to go sure, is I would use this price, maybe add a little bit more to this price so you can negotiate down. But that's probably the price that you could expect for sure, maybe a little bit more. This looks like the best comparison so far. I don't know about these prices and where they came from, and they don't match anything that's been actually sold. Okay, so let's go further down. Oh, there's another one. This is the same. They're all over $500,000. Let's see. There's a map. Let's see. Okay. Top employees. Interesting. I don't know about these companies, but I guess it would be useful to look in the news whether they're solid companies or at any time are they going to move their employees overseas. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention is this advertising thing. This is the budget for the rehab. The marketing plan. The marketing plan, I really like the marketing plan. I would say proceed with this marketing plan. The only thing is that you have focused that marketing plan very closely towards the area where you actually, where this investor is trying to sell, which is a local area, local neighborhood, local town. I would, in addition, try to also market internationally on some major realtor's website or some other outlet online so that more people can see this, because, you know, obviously, and the reason I'm saying this is obviously this isn't a very big town. I'm not sure if people from that work in the Chicago area would seek out this neighborhood. I don't know anything about this neighborhood, but it looks like it's very, very small place. So there's a limited amount of people that would be interested in this, so you need to expand to get this sold. And there's only 7,000 households and only 5,000 families. That's not a whole lot, I would say, for the bigger Chicago area. You want to definitely expand your marketing a little bit further than just the local area. Okay, so we got a couple more employers. Definitely want to check on all of these employers to see what the financial security and stability of these employers are for the area. And that's obviously your homework. This is good information. Mostly one unit detached. Looks like mostly Caucasian race neighborhood from the numbers before. Most of the houses built in the 60s, looks like. Even earlier, from the 40s to 60s. That's interesting. It's a very old and established neighborhood. It looks like, wow, it looks like a lot of the houses have gas as one of the fuel sources, fuel types for heating, I presume. It could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. Definitely something to check on this house.
For your free guide to real estate investing, visit juliamspencer.com.